Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox the Havit Lammergeier Programmable Gaming Keyboard, take a close-up look, see it light up, and check out its software. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So this keyboard is a demonstrator that's been sent to me, so expect a little bit of wear and tear. So this keyboard has 13 programmable keys, and it's a professional gaming keyboard. So it has customizable RGB backlight for the keys, and it's separated into 4 lighting zones. And there are 13 programmable keys and 19 anti-ghosting keys. So with those 19 anti-ghosting keys, you can mash your keys without locking up the keyboard, so it still respond. And you'll also have 2 profile keys, which are used to access the 13 saved program keys. And this keyboard has a aluminium top cover on it. So let's go ahead and remove the sleeve and open up the box. There's nothing else in there. That's it. Okay. Let's remove this sleeve or cover. And let's first take a look at the cable length, just so you have an idea of the cord and how far you can place the keyboard away from your machine. So hopefully that will give you an idea. I've kind of double or tripled it up in the frame. And let's have a look at the connector itself. So it's a USB connector. Nothing too out of the ordinary, except that it's actually gold plated. It's finished with a light gold plating there on the metal part, which is quite interesting. And also it's covered in a fabric braid. So you can see, get it to focus. There we go. Okay, so now let's take a look at the keyboard. So you have your programmable keys on the top row, as you can see. L5 through to L1 and L6 to L9. Pretty unusual way of numbering. But so that you have 9 programmable keys there on the top. And then you have 4 more programmable keys here, G1 to G4. So in total, the G keys and the L keys, you have 13 programmable keys. And then you have your 2 profile keys here to swap between the saved program keys, which are the M1 and M2 buttons. And this keyboard, like I mentioned, has this aluminium finishing at the top, and it's kind of has a satin brushed shiny finish to it. Let me bring it in up close so you can see the keys a little bit better. And let me just press on a few of them so you can hear what they sound like. So this keyboard actually has silent keys on them, or quiet low noise keys, so you won't be too much of a disturbance to your roommate. Okay, now let's look on the underside of the keyboard. So there's a feet here with one tilt angle, or just one setting, and then you have the rubber feet there as well, and of course the feet on the other side of the keyboard, and the front as well, the non-slip rubber feet. And there's something interesting to note as well. With the other Havit gaming keyboard that I have, same thing with this one, there are drainage holes on them. So if you do spill your Coke, Mountain Dew, hot chocolate, coffee, any of your favorite beverage, it will drain right through. So this keyboard is actually water resistant, but not waterproof. So don't try and use it in the shower or in the bath. Okay, so now let's plug it in and light it up. So I have my trusty Alienware M17 XR3 laptop here. And let's plug it in. Let's plug the keyboard in, and you can see it's lit up quite nicely. And let me turn off the lamps that are to my side so you can see the LED illumination on the keys a little bit better. And let's put the keyboard on top of my laptop so you can see what's going on. Because what I'm going to do now is go to the Havit website and download the software or the driver for the keyboard and have a look at what's available on the software to adjust on the keyboard. So let me try and capture everything in the shot if possible. Okay, and let's bring up the browser and then go to the Havit website. The domain is prohavit.com, and let's go into support and downloads, and then the download center, and then we have the Havit Lammergeier Programmable Gaming Keyboard, which is what we have. We'll download that software. So that's what's in there. Let's download that. So it's 9.3 megabytes big. Now let's run the setup. Yep, let's go ahead and install it. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so now let's launch the keyboard driver right now. So, okay, so there we go. So it's loaded up, and let's see if I can set it below so I can show the keyboard a bit better and then zoom in a bit more as well so you can see what's going on both the keyboard and the screen. I think that's the very best that I can do to get them both in. Let's see, maybe a bit more. There we go. Okay, so So what we have is the actual keyboard software on the screen right now, you can see. And okay, so we're just going to have a look through at what's available. So we have Macro Manager there, macro select, key sequence, record options. Okay, so let's get out. So we're not going to mess around with that. I'm just showing you what's available. And okay, and then we've got choose color. So you can see there's this whole color bar here, and 4 different regions, A, B, C, and D. So like I said, the lighting is set up in 4 zones on the keyboard. So you can't actually light or select individual lighting for each key. It's preset into 4 different zones, as you can see how it's being illuminated right now on the keyboard. Okay, so let me, what can I do? Let's change some colors. Okay, let's select some random colors, obviously something different to what's showing on the keyboard right now, if you can tell. Okay, so right now I think it's a yellowish on the keyboard, so let's go with a really dark blue, and then region D. Let's see, it looks like a blue on the keyboard, so let's go with a sort of like a magenta. And then logo, let's change it right now. Obviously, these settings currently aren't reflecting what's on the keyboard because I don't think it's been initialized just yet. So right now you can see the Magic Eagle logo is green on the keyboard. So let's find a different color. Let's go with, what can we go with? Let's go with something different. Let's go with red if we can. That's not quite red, but red's on that side, sort of. There we go. Okay, and then there's also light intensity. So 30, 70, 100. Let's just leave it at 100 so you can see it. Light intensity for the logo region. Oh, so that was main and logo region. Leave it both at 100, and then breathing speed. So I take it this is the pulsing, so it actually pulses. There's a slow pulse on the light, so it comes on and off. So let's set it short so you can see what's happening without waiting too long. And okay, so if we click apply, let's see if we can see any changes. Okay, there we go. You can see the Magic Eagle logo straight away turning red from green. And I guess the rest of the colors have changed as well. Let me bring the keyboard up close as well to show you the lighting. Obviously, you can't see too well with the screen on the laptop shining on it, but now you should see it a little bit better, hopefully. Let me just turn down the lighting on my laptop screen, so hopefully, yeah, if I angled it like this, you can see the light a bit better because the light above is also glaring or shining onto the keyboard. So you can see it's breathing. Can you see it's coming on and off? And you can see the 4 distinct color zones as well. And one thing to note is the additional keys, which are the M1, M2 profile keys and your program keys on the left and the top row. They don't have illumination at all, so that's something to just be aware of. Nothing too serious. So you have 104 illuminated keys on the main keyboard itself. And also something to note as well is that the Magic Eagle is a solid color. It does not pulse with the keys. Okay, so let's quickly see what else is there for the keyboard software. Okay, so we've got macro settings for the 13 programmable keys. So you have G1, G2, G3, G4, and then L1 through to L9. Okay, what else do we have? We also have advanced settings. So we've got polling rate, which is sort of like the frequency at which the system pings the keyboard. And then Windows keys on or off, and then key response time 1, 2, 4, 8 milliseconds. And let's see, update support. So we've got some driver download and contacting help and support. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's reset everything to default. There's a reset to default button there. And okay, let's go ahead and do that. And it's just working right now. And you can see the light has changed on the keyboard. The magic eagle straight away has changed to green from red. And it's done. So everything's back to default now. Okay, so let's put this down. So that's the Havit Lammergeier Programmable Gaming Keyboard. Thanks for watching and happy gaming!